Hello and welcome to Minot Integrated Group Solutions with Dr. Cassandra Minot and our guest, Ms. Alethia Rene Hall.
Excellent. So, Ms. Hall, it sounds like your business is more than just a business. It's part of the community, as you have been in the downtown area for how many years?
I've been in the downtown area for 12 years, almost
12
13.
years.
Mhm.
Almost 13. Okay, excellent.
Okay.
So during that time, you mentioned that you've grown in the community and been able to touch many lives. Tell us a little bit more about the type of customers or the type of clients and relationships that you've had the opportunity to develop over the years being in that particular area.
Okay. Having started at a young age, my clientele was young too. When I was 17 and 18, my clients were about that age. Now I am in my 40s and my clients are about that age. So that's why I say we've grown together. And as a nail technician, I think that I also attract, because the age that I am, the stage I'm in my life, those are the people that I attract. And the way I do my business is one-on-one. A lot of seasoned clients, they prefer the attention. They want to be
Yes.
able to get in, they want to be able to get out, come on their lunch, and they need the convenience of getting their service done, getting it done well, and being on their way. And that's what we do, one-on-one. No other clients are in the room at the time. If there is one, that client is leaving while this client is coming in. So that's one model that I plan to share with my students on how to make that client feel special, not like they're the only person. They are the only person being serviced at that time. So that creates a community of people that, it's just me, only me. And when they find out that it's only them, then they
Yes.
enjoy that service. And
Now
that's what
that
grows
that
our connections.
Yes, okay. Because that sounds like to me when you say one-on-one, that unique ability of your business being able to reach your clients, even as they need that, I should say, that special touch,
Mhm.
especially in this day and age where mental health is such a very prominent area. And having a nail technician to be right there with that individual one-on-one, I'm sure that's a form of therapy. Would you
It
agree?
is. I do agree. It's definitely a form of therapy. I think there's so much power in touch.
Yeah.
I had a client years ago. She passed away, sadly,
Mhm.
but she had an aneurysm, and
Mhm.
she would come to me every 2 weeks because I did her nails before she became ill, and that
Yes.
was part of her outing. And when I would just touch her speech was impaired, but
Yeah.
I remember her and I understand her, and she understood me. And when I would touch her, I would massage her hands, and she would just tear up. It's
Yeah.
just the touch. And I think on the inside, it's like she understood and I understood. And this is just what we're going to do right now. We're going to be right
Yes.
here. We're going to be in this moment. We're going to tend to each other and it'll be okay. And that's what we do. And it's so
Okay.
important. Mhm.
Absolutely. So would you say when you have a client, how long would you say your session, if I could put it like that, how long would you say your session would be with a client during
The
that
average
particular
session
model?
is an hour.
An
The
hour.
average is an hour. Depending on the services that they need, of course, it can go over, but the minimum is an hour.
Excellent. Okay, so that really is a form of therapy that you have developed in your business. And as far as reaching your target audience, again, I mentioned the mental health portion of that because it's very important to reach your client, as I think you and I were talking even earlier, meeting the need of that client spiritually, mentally, and physically. And it
Mhm.
sounds like your business is doing just that.
Yes, yes, it is. Um, on the spiritual aspect, I consider myself a Christian.
Yes.
I don't discriminate with others and their beliefs, but I do believe that we all have to have a system of something that we believe in that helps us be fair to others, treat people
Yes.
right, and be honest. So whatever people want to call it, that's up to them. For me,
Yes.
it's a Christian, but we have to just be right and fair with each other. So we
Absolutely.
do pray sometimes, and it depends on the need of the client. Sometimes if a client has death in their
Mhm.
family and that client wants to have a silent appointment, that's allowed. If you want to just be quiet, it's okay.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
text them ahead of time. I understand what's happened. And if you'd like to have a silent appointment today, that's okay with me. They can reply. And when they come, we'll play music and it'll be silent.
Excellent. So again, Ms. Renee, it sounds like your business is a very important aspect of the community, as far as meeting the needs of the client in a different way. We all have that special touch within our business. Maybe it's for some bookkeeping, for others it may be again the actual mental health. But then you're bringing all of that into your business where you're meeting again the spiritual need, the mental need, the physical need, and then even going into the confidence building up of your clientele when they're coming in looking one way, and then once they work with you, they're leaving a different way. Speak to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I call it, and my daughter can attest to this because she's also a nail tech.
Yes.
Um, we call it zhush. So when we finally get to that point where they've chosen a color and we're almost finished, something happens. You can just see it. Something happens. I said I was going to put something like a little nanny cam so they could see that confidence. It rises up and it's like, oh, I'm cute now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready for the world now. And it's just a confidence builder when you have your nails done, your toes
Yeah.
pretty, and
Yeah.
it does something on the inside, but I can see it unfolding. How they come in, it's like, and then we get to that part where it's starting to come together, and then that finished product, and it's like, yes, yes. And so that's what I want to see, and that's what I strive to make happen at each appointment. That
Very
zhush.
good. Very good. I like that. And the reason why I like that is because in this day and age, the self-esteem of men and women, again, can be so low. And to be able to have someone to meet them right where they are on that one-on-one, that concierge service, if I can put it that way, they're coming into your shop maybe feeling down, as you mentioned before, feeling sad if something has happened to them, but then being able to be uplifted and they can come within your walls and have a safe place. So I thank you
Yes.
for sharing that. Let me ask you another question. As far as generational, talk to us about the upcoming school that you are preparing for right at your location and even expanding. Talk to us more about your school.
Okay, so with my school, my plan is to change the stigma behind the Black nail tech. She's always late. She takes so long. She overbooks her clients. I don't want that to be the talk anymore. People say, well, this person did my service. Oh, it's gonna take all day. I want to change that. I want to teach them to not be on their phone when they're doing a service, to focus on that client. I want to teach them to be earlier than the client, to get there before they get there. I want to teach them to have positive communication and always uplift and empower other people so that they can be the light that shines. They should always let that light shine. So that's what I want to teach them and
Yes.
change how people look at us. It's not a
Yes.
messy place. It's a place where people grow, where people thrive and
Yes.
flourish, and they change for the better. And they inspire each other.
That's very important. Inspiration
Mm-hmm.
um, builds upon inspiration. And again,
Yes.
changing individuals one person at a time. I'm looking at your vision, and if I'm just going to take a moment to read that. You said our
Okay.
vision at Infinity Nail Institute is to be recognized as a leading institution in the field of nail technology education. We envision a future where our graduates are sought after by top nail salons and spas, and where they can make a positive impact in their communities through their work. Now, I love your vision, and I think you spoke to that earlier about wanting to teach the next generation as well as those who are seasoned. There are always things that you can learn as being avid learners or continuing to learn in your field. So, talk to us a little bit more about that, what your students will get at Infinity Nail Institute.
Well, it's to me, it's like college when certain jobs or professions here that this person on their resume, I went to Yale. Let's say I went to Yale,
Mhm.
university. Oh, is that right? I want to create that for this field so that when they say, well, I attended an Infinity Nail Institute. Oh, we want
Yes.
you because we know what she's all about. We know what that lady's intentions are and what she's poured into you. So that's what I want it to look like for them. And I want, like for me, years and years and years ago, I wanted to go to Dudley Cosmetology University.
Mhm.
It was a Black-owned cosmetology university. This was after I had accomplished my hours. I took the
Yes.
entire cosmetology, not just nails. So I took the whole thing, and I just wanted to go. I just wanted to go so bad because they had these products and all of this. So I went, and what I got out of it mostly was the empowerment, the
Yes.
encouragement. They encouraged
Yes.
me to be great at whatever it is I decided to do. Although it was a cosmetology school, I may change my mind over the years
Yes.
or whatever, but I knew inside of me who I was, what I was capable of doing, and whose I was. And so I
Very
knew that I
good.
could do anything and accomplish anything. So a lot of what I have seen in the past with teaching one-on-one classes, I guess one-on-one is just my thing, but I've taught
Yes.
side by side with nail techs to help them with their techniques. All they need is encouragement. They just want to
True.
be pushed, told that you can do it. Let them know that you got it. You just need some practice. And that's what I want to do, encourage and empower and uplift.
Very well said. Very well said. And that is something that we wanted to capture today with our brief interview, if I can say that, or our talk, just to be able to introduce your target audience to what you're doing and get a little more information about what you are inspiring to do in the next few years, if I could say next few months even. And that's why we are looking to get more involved in the funding process for your school, whether it be private donations, grants, contracts. These are the things that we wanted to bring to the forefront on behalf of Miss Alethia Rene Hall so that you are more inclined to know what she does in the Birmingham metropolitan area downtown. Miss Renee, tell us where you're located.
I am located at 205 22nd Street North, Birmingham, right behind Magic City Grill. When I say Magic City Grill, people usually know where that is. That is the
Very good
staple.
place. Right nearest Magic City Grill. Very good. And so the last thing I'm going to ask you, in case people do not know how wide and diverse your skills and services are, tell us a little bit more about your services and your products.
Well, my services, I know I offer all manicures, pedicures, natural nail services for women and men.
Well, listen, Miss Renee, we want to thank you so much for joining us today. We want to make sure that going forward, people know how to find you. So why don't you give us again your address, and then what's the best way that someone can solicit your services? Do they book online or do they call? How can they reach you?
I do have online booking, www.arenenailspa.com. You can purchase my products there. You can book an appointment there, and you can learn more about how I started and more about our products on my website. My address is 205 22nd Street North, Birmingham 35203.
Excellent. And what we'll do, audience members, we're going to put the information on the screen a little bit later for you to reach out to Miss Renee. We wanted to let you know how prominent she is in the Birmingham community. She is an avid learner and an avid teacher, an avid believer of next generational wealth. And this is why anyone who is interested in investing in her business, you should be committed to do so. Again, thank you so much for joining us this evening with Minor Integrated Group Solutions and Miss Alethia Rene Hall.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.